Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Myles Dyer Live. How are we all doing? Feels a bit strange because, well, as you may have seen, I've done a lot of live streaming these past 2 weeks. And what has been quite remarkable about it all was, yes, it's been an exciting time. PlayStation VR 2 is now out and is going to help me create wonders of content, some of which we'll be talking about very shortly. I think you know what I'm going to be talking about because it does relate to the main topic of today's show. But what's been remarkable is 4 out of 5 of my most viewed live streams of all time have been from the last 2 weeks, like 1 to 2 weeks. Absolutely incredible. And then I think the 5th one is from the last 1 to 2 months. So things are really, really taking off here. And so I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone. The moderators here who help keep the chat lovely, although you're all lovely people anyway. But you get those bots from time to time that come in. The people that are members that have signed up, love you all incredibly. And the viewers, just anyone that, you know, either tunes in, just listens to it in the background or actually engages in the chat. I'm so grateful for all of you. It has been quite the start to the year. And I've got a little illustration to show you later that really proves why you are having such a great impact and why, you know, I just feel the need to express my gratitude. But for anyone that is new, hi everyone, my name is Myles Dyer. I host Myles Dyer Live every Wednesday at this time, and if you are watching on replay, well, whatever time you decide to watch it every week. And sometimes we talk about serious things, maybe it's life hacks, maybe it's mental health and well-being, but other times we just like to have a bit of fun. Could be around gaming, popular culture, quizzes, all sorts. But if you do like to have a bit of a game, we always end the show post-credits with this word game. So stick around for that. Wonderful to see so many people in the live chat. Karina, Hannah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Kira, Serial Killer, the Game Cat. And also everyone's been sharing their greatest fears, which sometimes could be a bit of a risk. You know, you don't want to let your enemies know out there what your greatest fears are. But that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. What are your greatest fears? So if you are watching this on replay, do put it in the comments below. We're going to be going through everyone's thoughts. I'll be sharing some of my own. And then also going through a website I found that does list, you know, some of the world's most popular fears. And yeah, we will just go through it and see which ones, you know, maybe chime with us more than others. Captain F Castle, Ciago Guitarist, Aiton VR, Melanie, Dark Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mojo, good to see you here. Redby, or Radby, should I say. Wonderful to see you all here. And even Gary, who said, just stopping by to say hi, we'll watch later. Well, hello to you later. And Looper, the Underground Game Cat, I'm afraid of long bridges. Wow. Are we talking about, like, any long bridge? Or are we talking about, you know, those, like, wooden ones that, you know, can swing side to side? Do we really want to go down this rabbit hole? We're all mad in here. Yeah, we do. I think we do. I think we do. The reason I was inspired to do this topic was because at the weekend I did my first, like, proper, it's always such a British word to say proper, but my first proper Let's Play live stream for a PlayStation VR title with PSVR 2. Yes, I've been doing tens of hours of live streaming in the week, but I've been dipping and diving into different games. But there was one game in particular that you are all really looking forward to seeing me play, and it was Resident Evil Village. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Resident Evil Village, it is the latest Resident Evil game that has just had a VR version. Resident Evil Village is the 8th of the series. Resident Evil 7 is regarded one of the scariest. I haven't been able to complete it. And so on Saturday, I went live. I played 2 hours of it, which I was very impressed by. You know, I stuck with it. But I was not good with it. I was not good with it at all. And so it is available on my channel. But something I've been thinking about was there's a bit of setup at the beginning and there's so much gold in it that I've actually gone ahead and done, I don't know if the right term is a supercut, but I've made a 30-minute video that cuts out a lot of the gaps. I swear a lot, which a lot of you were very surprised by. You thought, Myles, wow, didn't never heard you like sound like this. Because the truth is, I don't really swear in day-to-day life. The only times I swear are when I'm gaming, if I'm like frustrated, or if someone kills you in a game, or if I'm scared. And so if I'm playing a scary game and I was incredibly anxious, and I also had a heart monitor on through my Apple Watch, so you were able to see my heart rate change. So you were able to see my heart rate live, but then in this new version that I've edited, you can also see a swear count, and I've bleeped out all the swearing because my parents were watching and they had to turn it off straight away. They were like, didn't like all the swearing, and yeah, I did swear a lot. So I've done this 30-minute supercut, and you have been putting sailors to shame with your swearing. What is it about sailors and swearing? I mean, do they really swear that much? Quote of the week: "Take the baby away. It's creepy as AF." Yeah, I mean, out of context, that would sound quite bizarre. So the actual video's all ready, and this has had me thinking about what I could be doing on the channel, because currently on the channel, you've got my live streams, but then you've got actual videos. And the last video I've done was Quest for Empathy with Brian Paul, I think almost 2 years ago now. And so I was thinking maybe I could do sort of super cuts of live streams. I don't have to do them all the time. But also I was thinking, like, let's say today we're doing a 1 hour live stream that'll probably go on for like an hour and 20 minutes. Maybe I could actually edit the topic section of it. So when we start talking about greatest fears, I could probably like edit a 5-minute video of that and then upload it separately. So you have like the full show and then you have like a clip from the show. I don't know if that's something you think would be good, but do let me know in the comments. It's something I'm considering at the moment. But there's a lot of ideas going through my mind at the moment. But anyway, I thought I would show you a little clip of this Resident Evil 8 video of me, going through the game. The full thing is available in terms of the uncensored version is available on my channel. It's the last live stream. But if you want to watch this, I'm going to be posting it up either tomorrow or Friday. I'm really looking forward to this because I'm actually trying to find out if Brian wants to put it on PSVR without parole, because he actually live streamed it earlier today and he was, scared of it. But he is still like rummaging around drawers and that. For me, I get scared from nothing. Like, I actually mean when nothing is happening, my mind goes crazy. And so I just keep pushing forward. So this clip you're about to see is I've, been in a car crash. I've woken up in the snow at night. I've gone through a forest and I'm just trying to get out of this place. And I don't know, I'll play maybe a few minutes of it now. And you'll see at the bottom left corner the heart rate monitor and the swear count, which already at this point is higher than it should be. Blah, blah. Right, eject magazine. Do you know what? It was meant to start a bit later. So let's just skim here. Here we go. There we go. This is it. I f***ing hate this, man. This is not good. This is not good, man. This is not good. This is not good. What the f*** am I doing? Why am I doing this? This is not fun. This was a terrible first game. I should have played Cities VR. Cities VR would have been way better. I should have played Cities VR. Yeah, I'm really f***ing scared, man. I heard that. It's down there. Of course there's a f***ing downstairs. It's like it's going to close behind me. I watched Barbarians recently. Yeah, my heart rate's going to get... I don't want to turn around.
I'm so f***ed, man. Oh, man, I'm fucking hating this shit. Can I get out? The sounding in this is... Oh, man, I fucking hate this shit. There's blood. There's fucking blood. Blood's not good. I know, why do they have cutscenes? Why don't they just let me do my own thing?
We did all this.
Oh, it's daytime. So this feels less scary now. Man, it's amazing. Like, if it stayed nighttime, it would have been fucking... Oh, mate.
Where the hell am I?
So that moment, you're meant to actually take in the view and appreciate it. And watching Brian earlier, he spent a good, solid minute there just going, look at this, look at this. Me, I was like, I just want to keep going. I just want to get out of there. It was amazing. And yeah, I swear a lot. For me, it was clearly an anxiety reduction attempt where just by talking, because this is the thing, like, for example, David Jackson, who is from PlayStation Access, he is known as sort of their scaredy cat. He hates horror games, but he's always put through them. And they've sort of made a series out of it. But when he does them, and this is not taking away from what he does, because you're still in the VR space and you're still, in a scary place. He is in a room with a colleague that's sort of talking to him. So he's still going through it, but that's happening. Whereas when I was doing that, I live home alone. I was doing it in my living room by myself. I hate games like this anyway. Yeah, it was horrible. So this supercut is 30 minutes long, and it is just really, really snappy. It's got my banter with the cutscenes and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot more good moments. There's one part in it where a scary thing is happening, and I laughed when I watched it back. I'm literally doing... Do you know what? Do you want me to find it? Let me just find the clip. I'll scroll to it.
Fucking hate this, man. This is fucking horrible. I know that... man, I just want to... Shit,
Look at that expression. Look at that expression and tell me that isn't fear. That is me completely and utterly terrified. That is like the VR version of lying on the floor in the fetal position. Yeah. Yeah. Super, super good. I love it. I might do that as my... I might just take a screenshot of that right now, and do that as my profile photo. So yeah, there we go. I'll just put it over here. So yeah. Oh yeah. No. This is the thing. It is good that I can laugh about it, but I just want to say, like, when I was doing the event, I was scared, but I was enjoying it in the sense of as I was playing the game, although I kept saying I hate it, it was more about I hate this feeling, I wish I could cope with this better. But technically I was coping with it because I kept going through, mate, this the new emoji. Oh my goodness. Like a scared Myles. Maybe actually. Scared. I'll send it to him. Scared Myles emoji. Yeah, so well, it's interesting. You get scared when things run at you. Well, for me, I get scared from... So when the monsters like jumped out there, that was scary. But then as soon as I see them, I'm totally cool with it. It's the unknown that eats me away. But anyway, It was good. But yeah, so I enjoyed it. I played a solid 2 hours. I was surprised I got as far as I did. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. But I am thinking of doing a live stream continuing with Resident Evil. But this might actually become a members-only thing where, every weekend I start a game. And then if there's something I want to continue, then it can be sort of a members-only thing. So I haven't decided yet. There's a lot of scope for this channel this year. And things are happening very quickly. So I'm just trying to go things at a decent pace. Also with the fact that I was back at work yesterday, doing the full-time job and things like that. So, I just happened to lend my physical copy of RE8 to a friend before I got the VR2. Had you completed it? But yeah, I can't wait to put that all on there. Secondly, before we actually get to, that was actually going to be the third VR thing I mentioned and then get into the main topic, but we're going sort of in reverse here. Secondly, last week we had Leon from Better Than Life Immersive Studios who created Kayak VR. Had a really great conversation with him. He shared some of the clips on Twitter. I want to thank you all for sending in such great, thoughtful questions. And it reaffirms my belief that I want to be getting guests on more often. So I'm definitely going to do that. But clip of the week on Friday's show was to do with this story. Many of you would have heard, especially Karina and other people were mentioning that I'm a penguin killer in that Kayak VR game. So I had made a clip to show what exactly happened. And for those of you that haven't seen it, here it is.
So there we go. So this will be... Wish I could hit him with... No, I'm actually hitting the wall. Oh, I killed him! Dude, I killed it. Get up! Get up! Oh my god. I'm just gonna try... Just gonna get him out. Oh, he's dead. Get up! Okay, we can never talk about this, Brian. But, yeah, let's not never talk about this. Just don't look back. Christ.
I love it went to that next one. I love it went straight to that clip. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm a monster. Well, there you go. Well, I love it. I'm a monster. And then it cuts straight to that next clip of Resident Evil 8. Yeah, the slap effects is great. That was great game design right there. I think that one of the clips I've shown you already from RE8 is going to be clip of the week this week. So yeah, if I can get the video up on tomorrow or Friday. But I think that Resident Evil 8 stream was like my third most viewed of all time. So no, don't report. It's all right. But I am going to put a poll tomorrow with a list of games that I'll be potentially playing this weekend, and it'd be great to get your thoughts on what you'd like to see me play. The third and final VR title I wanted to show you, I've spent a lot of time on this. I've actually been playing a lot with Ian Higton from Eurogamer. Played earlier with him, and I managed to beat him during the gun game after he absolutely destroyed me on the previous gun game. And it's a really good time, and it's definitely a mode I want to live stream. So I'm going to try my best to explain it, and then I'm going to show you a round of this. So Pavlov is a first-person shooter game. It's a military combat simulator. So every gun that you have to eject the magazine, reload it, cock it. And it's very social. So it's got proximity chat, which means that if people are close to you, you can hear them. If they're far away, you can't, but you have to put your hand up to your ear and use the radio to speak to everyone in the chat. And they have a lot of modes. They have modes from like team deathmatch to like secure, I think it's seek and destroy, where you got to plant the bomb or defuse it. But they also have a game where someone's a zombie, and when they kill someone, they turn into a zombie as well. And so eventually your team wants to stay alive, or else eventually it becomes a horde of zombies and you're going to get outnumbered. That's a really good time. But the one mode I really, really love. And yeah, it's been great playing. And feel free to always, jump into lobbies if you see me on there. There is a mode called TTT. I don't actually know what TTT stands for, but it's very much like Among Us or these other games that are very similar. And I'll try my best to explain it before I show you this clip. So what you do is you spawn in the level and everyone represents themselves. And when the timer starts, you get told on your wrist whether you are innocent or you're a traitor. Now, there are other roles that happen, but I'm not going to get it too complicated. If you're innocent, that means you're innocent and you've just got to survive. And if you are a traitor, you've got to kill all the innocents. Now, you might think, oh, so it's just like a team deathmatch. It isn't, because, you think it's Trouble in Terrorist Town. Interesting. Sounds about right. But the problem is you end up being in a server with loads of people and everyone's holding guns at each other because you don't know who's innocent and who's not. So everyone will go, I'm innocent. And then when you're not looking, they'll shoot you. But if you shoot someone and you get spotted, they'll think, oh, you're the traitor. And then they'll kill you. And then the team wins, whoever's last remaining. So it's a really fun social experiment with a lot of manipulation. And this was a game that I played tonight where you'll see straight away I am a traitor, and so straight away I kill the guy next to me because I can see that he's not a traitor as well, he's innocent. And then I start shooting at someone who has a blue icon above them, which I think means they're the sheriff. So they're an innocent team, but they're everyone can see that they're the sheriff. Everyone knows that they're innocent. And he manages to escape, so I think, damn it, he's going to tell everyone where I am. And you'll see how I manage to keep tricking people everywhere through. So yeah, check this out, and I'll probably pause and commentate so you know exactly what's going on at each step of the way. So this is just before playing. So this is right at the start. Let me put my link on here. Here we go. Let me just shrink myself a bit. Ta-da! So yeah, this is the beginning before we've been told what our roles are.
Good day to you, sir.
We're waiting. We don't know what we're going to be yet. There we go.
Gee.
You are a traitor. Kill all innocents to win. Use your buy menu to purchase special equipment. So he is a sheriff, which is on the innocent team. So you see that above his head.
He's running! He's running!
He's run away now, so I've messed up.
Don't let him get away!
So at this point, you would normally be telling people, oh, he's getting away, he just tried to shoot me. But because he's got the sheriff icon, they know he's a good guy, so they're not going to believe me.
Dude, he went up that way. Come here. He just ran. He was just shooting at me round there.
You first.
Yeah, dude, that's fine.
He's like, you first. So he's believing me, I think.
See?
And because they're shooting over there, I can now pretend that, oh yeah, see, that's where the traitors are.
So sorry, man.
Yeah, there was no deputy on there.
Okay.
He just started shooting me for no reason.
Who? Who did? Where are they? Johnny, where are they?
Johnny, that's my friend Johnny, who's Millhouse there.
Are you...
He was the detective.
So I love it when you're playing with your friends. You kind of always like, yeah, we trust each other, but you never know.
But he just started shooting me, so I had to shoot back.
Dude. Oh, I don't know who
anyone
to
else
trust.
Yeah, I'm left.
Oh, he's three there.
I think I'm the only traitor on the map.
Dude, where are they? I see him running in the middle building.
So when you hear that hissing, that's the radio, and that's because I've got my hand up to my ear, and I can speak to everyone on the map.
I see you. Is that you?
So at this point, I think it's just me and him left. I don't check it. So he's the only one left. So I know he's innocent. And if he knows I'm the only one left, he's going to know I'm the traitor. So at this point, I pretend that I've seen someone else in the building when there's no one else there.
So who's in the middle building? Shit. Is it you or him? Dude, speak on the right. Wait, are you a detective?
It's not me. No. Yeah, no. He was the detective, but he started shooting me.
So who's up there?
No idea.
I think he's a sniper or something. Oh man, this is making me super nervous. No. I'll go round. I'm gonna go round the back. Actually, I'll go round the back this way. Let's do it.
What do you reckon he is?
I see him running around the top window.
Traitors win. He fooled us all.
Sorry, guys.
Good fight.
Yeah. It's a really good mode, and the more you play it with that room of people, the better it gets, because as you can imagine, the next round you play, if I'm innocent, people are like, oh, but we know you lied last time. But then because everyone's constantly lying, it just becomes a complete room of like mind games, and it's so good. So yeah, that's one I definitely want to live stream. The only issue with live streaming these kind of games is you do get some people that seem to have a preference for using really vulgar language, and I don't mean just swear words, I mean like bigotry and stuff like that, and I don't want that. But maybe I could organise something with the community, like for anyone here, but that will be a weekend thing. Won't be this weekend. I'm going to do a more chilled out game after Resident Evil 8 and the horror. It is a meta game. It's great in social deduction games. Yeah, I love, my favourite VR games are those with social components. The fact that you can talk with people and you're always... So there's some games in that where I will be like, right, everyone put your guns pointing down to the floor. So everyone does it. And, you know, and then everyone's like, right, if anyone lifts their gun up, we're going to shoot them. And that was it. So yeah, that was a Pavlov mode. Yep, internet gonna internet. Absolutely. But anyway, evening, Dan. Good to see you here. Good, sir. You need to get PSVR 2, dude. Get involved. What on earth do you mean? RE8 is proper chill. Oh yeah, proper chill. You mean like this? Okay. Dude, that looks sick. This looks cool, man. Dude, are we dancing? Yeah. Proper chill. I'll be posting that tomorrow or Friday. So yeah, today we are talking about our greatest fears, and I want to thank everyone that's been sending via Twitter, Instagram, even in the chat, what your things are. I'm going to start with a story of one of my greatest fears, which are spiders. Now, when I was very little, I'm going to say maybe like 10, 11, when living at home with my parents, I remember one day I went into the study and I leaned over to turn the computer on. And as I did it, I felt something on my neck, and it felt like a cobweb or something. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I don't know, I didn't touch it or anything, but I just did this. And then I started going out the study, through the playroom, into the hallway, into the kitchen where my mum was doing the ironing. And I said, Mum, what's this on my shoulder? And she said, oh, come a bit closer, because she thought it was fake. And then she suddenly screamed. I did that. And she flicked a towel at me. And I then saw on the floor, it was one of those massive house spiders with like a leg missing. So have no idea how it got there. But it gave me such an entrenched fear of... I mean, I always wasn't particularly keen on spiders. They're very alien-like. But for the next two months, every time I went into a room, just like always having to look on the ceiling, checking under toilets, everything. It was not good. I was so anxious about going into everything. And then eventually it wears away. On the flip side, about 20 plus years ago, went to see my uncle and auntie in Brisbane, Australia. It was in their winter. Was there for 3 weeks. The first 5 days, always checked my shoes, always checked under the bed, under the toilet, all around the corners, all that kind of stuff. And then by day 5, stopped really doing it as much because you kind of get used to it. And that's a big component of fear. It's the fear of the unknown, and the unknown, like the sense of danger. I mean, look, sometimes you're fearful of things because you know they're dangerous, and it's good to have that reaction. Heights is a great example. But there's a rationality to it as well. Are you scared of a height when you look outside of a skyscraper, when you're behind a massive wall and windows, you know? But then are you afraid of heights when you're going across a really creaky wooden bridge that doesn't look particularly sturdy? Well, yeah, that's probably a good thing. Adrenaline means your muscles are going to be working better and you're going to be much more in control, hopefully. I mean, sometimes it can overcompensate, but overcomplicate things with your perceptions. But that is a big thing. I make my daughter deal with them. I genuinely cry. Wow. One of my earliest memories was before I could talk, one of those big effers crawling up my chest. Thankfully, my mum noticed and got it. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, that's the thing. It sticks with you. For me, dogs, I'm fine with dogs now. But when dogs are like running at me or running around me, I still get a flashback to when I was a kid walking to the car with my mum, and there was a dog let off a leash, and it ran up to me, scratched my face, jumped up at me. That stays with you. You know, those kind of things do stay with you. Co-worker of mine has 2 tarantulas in her office. They freak me out, but as a scientist, I appreciate them. Well, I appreciate them as well. And you know, tarantulas, I've never had the opportunity to hold one, but I kind of feel like I would hold one because they're different. I don't know how to explain it, but I find they're different to other spiders. That spider knew you were a penguin killer. Kayak was just another example of something you've always done since a young child of 3. Jesus Christ. You got drowned. You mean downed or drowned by a dog when you were 6? What? I've misread that. Yeah, so dogs jumping up, getting in your personal space. Okay, getting swarm. Yeah, so it's all memories and stuff like that. It's amazing how that can stay with you. Dan says, so my fear, unpredictable things. Pigeons are a big one. God knows what they're going to do next. What, when they're like flapping about and stuff like that? By the way, today is not a judgment day. So, like, people talk about your fears. I remember there was it Maury Povich or something in the US? They had a guest on who was, like, afraid of frogs. And they put a photo of a plastic frog on screen. And she just ran off crying. And they're, like, following her with a plastic frog. I remember as a kid finding that hilarious. But I look at that now and I go, no, that was really effed up and not good. So, yeah. I'm just having a look at what everyone else has said. Had some really interesting fears mentioned on Twitter today. There was one actually I was going to bring up, some very thoughtful ones. Let's have a look here. Someone just messaged in the last 10 minutes. I just had one, going blind. Luckily, the NHS surgeons and tech have been amazing. So that's actually a real fear of a process that you're dealing with. Do you know what? Let me just load this up and I can bring it up on screen. Here we go, guys. Let's check this out. I used to watch... How do you protect yourself from the aliens? I used to get really scared of aliens as a kid. Used to watch all the alien shows and things like that. Right. Let's have a look here. Is it going to let me put it up on screen? Ta-da! Yeah. Cool. Here we go. Quest 3 is trending. That'll be interesting to see. So here we go. So Jacob says, I can give you 5 easily. 1, not being good enough. I feel like I should put myself here because I'm sort of like looking across here, so it looks a bit more real. I can give you 5 easily. Not being good enough. Not reaching my full potential. Disappointing my mum, who I'm very close to. So those 3 are very, very related. It's the fear of missing out on potential or not being good enough. And then heights and then drowning. D-Well says, death anxiety has been a big issue for me ever since my father passed away when I was 16. At times it paralyses me with fear. It isn't so much a fear in the same sense as a phobia of heights, closed spaces, etc. More of an overwhelming sense of existential dread, just knowing there is no escape, no way of knowing if anything or nothing exists beyond. I think it is also the reason why thalassophobia also fills me with dread. I'm a psychologist, so I've tried to psychoanalyze myself to no avail. It's interesting. So thalassophobia, I'll actually go to in a little bit. That is the fear of large open bodies of water. I definitely have that. But, fortunately, both my parents are still about. I've spoken in the past about my dad having a terminal illness. But yeah, the fear of parents passing away is a massive childhood fear, but that's something that I think does carry on into later life. I hate these adverts on Twitter. Visor Republic says, there's only one fear, and it's the fear of fear itself. So my greatest fear is to feel afraid. I generally ignore my fears and try to embrace anything that makes me feel afraid and let logic take the lead rather than the emotion of fear. This way I stay in enjoyment of my life. I do wonder what would happen if I took that approach with playing Resident Evil 8, but I don't know if I could overcome it, because it's like, the logic is, I'm in a game, this isn't real, nothing's going to hurt me. But I kind of find it fun to sort of, dive into it. House on fire, I wouldn't be prepared for that at all, and to try and catch my cat in time, impossible. Something terrible happens to my wife or daughter, so I'm chopping off my pee-pee with hedge clippers while I'm washing my face in the shower. Wow. And then we got a scratch to my PSVR 2 lenses, snakes, everything that can kill or harm me, being homeless, watching the news. So yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot, and creatures and animals are a common one. I mean, nature itself. The truth is, nature can be very scary. We are products of nature. We succumb to nature and all of the threats that it presents with us. And actually, going back to that Resident Evil stuff, I have fears of being alone, darkness. Not seeing what's there. The idea of being in a forest in the middle of nowhere. So that game really brings it together. Not the PP. No, not the PP. Lesser says, I lost both my parents in the last 3 years, and condolences for that, Lesser. I was never afraid of it. Perhaps I should have been. I mean, I talk often about the word should. It's never should. You could have been, but you wouldn't. And, you didn't live with your life in fear. The thing is that when we lose people and lose aspects of life, we will always have a tendency to regret not making the most of it more. And, what happens. You can only change what you do from now on. And, because technically, the most time you could spend with parents is being glued to them 24/7. But that's not living a life. There is a balancing act. But I'm really sorry to hear about that. But thank you for sharing that. Callie Timecat says, oh gosh, homelessness. That is such a serious fear. And in the news recently, with a marked increase in the UK, even though it apparently costs more to let people sleep rough than to house them. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people are one paycheck away from getting kicked out their homes. It's a really scary reality, and I think a lot of that does come into play. So I've got here this list. I went to Fear of Net, and I like that little O there with the little eyes, and we've got a list here of fears. So I just thought we'd go through them and get your thoughts. So at the top, and these are like the top 100 phobias they list. So arachnophobia, the fear of spiders, affects women 4 times more. So 48% women and 12% men. I'm surprised it's that different. I thought it'd be more equal. I definitely have arachnophobia. Is it? Oh, God, I'm not going to start pronouncing all these. I won't be able to pronounce these. But ophidio, is it ophidio? Ophidiophobia? So the fear of snakes. I don't know if I have a fear of snakes. But then I'm not around them a lot, so that could be it. acrophobia, the fear of heights. So 5% of the general population suffer with this phobia. Agoraphobia, the fear of open or crowded spaces. I remember when I was a kid, I used to do something in the UK called potholing. I don't know if you have that in other parts of the world, but it's where you get put into... Do you know what? I'm just going to search it now. So potholing, where you just go in these really, really tiny spaces. Like, I mean, this is cave stuff, but potholing is where you go in really small, like pipes. Yeah. So this sort of stuff. And I remember like having to go through it, and you'd have to sometimes like do that. And I was in the Cubs then, so I don't know how old I would have been, like 11 or 12. And there were full adults doing it. It was like this stuff. Like here on the right. This is exactly it. This is exactly it, doing this sort of stuff. Now, I loved doing that as a kid. It was so much fun. But you know what? You wouldn't get me doing it now. Like... Now, yeah, this is the sort of stuff. Yeah, had a lot of fun doing that as a kid, but you wouldn't get me doing that now. I'm too aware of, yeah, no, definitely not. Next up, cynophobia, the fear of dogs. So I used to have that for the reasons I gave, not so much anymore. But astrophobia, the fear of thunder and lightning. Does anyone here have a fear of thunder and lightning? I don't. Obviously, you can be startled by it, but I don't have a fear of it. Claustrophobia, the fear of small spaces. Mysophobia, the fear of germs. So like germophobia or bacteriophobia. I used to like... I don't know, like phobias can like manifest themselves in different ways, can't they? Because as a kid, I used to like hate getting my hands dirty. Would always have to clean them. I mean, even so now. But I don't know if I would say I'm a germaphobe. I know there are people that are really bad, but they're like washing their hands constantly, and that's tough. Aerophobia, the fear of flying. Oh, excuse me. Does anyone here have a fear of flying? I go through interesting loops of it. So as a kid, travelled a lot. Was very lucky to fly a lot around the world. I was totally fine. Then in sort of my mid to late teens, then I started feeling it. And then I think in my late 20s as well. I'm all right now. I really don't like the landings. I know I shouldn't really be saying this in case any of you have it. Whenever we're about to land, I always think about what if the momentum, like what if it just lost grip and it slid to the side and it would just start rolling, like it would happen so fast. Like the size of the wheels on planes are just incredible. So I used to actually I used to drink a lot of red wine before going on flights, and used to drink it on the flights to help me sleep because I couldn't sleep otherwise. But the problem is, especially with long flights, is if you wake up in the middle of it and then you're hungover, you're very dehydrated, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I don't have a fear of flying. I just don't like the takeoff. Other than that, okay, yeah, takeoff I'm fine. Yeah, just takeoff and landing. Yeah, it is remarkable when you think about what you're actually doing when you're in mid-flight, how high we are. Oh, here we go. Trypophobia. Trypophobia. Do you know about trypophobia? I don't really want to talk about it this much because trypophobia is a phobia where if you learn about it, you then get it. You then start getting it. This is like, you'll see this. It's like anything with... It's like irregular, like holes and stuff. They reckon it's because of. Do you know what? Come out. Yeah, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, it's supposedly once you like start thinking about it, you start getting it. So it's like crumpets, yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's just like really weird. So regular holes and stuff like that. Yeah, we don't have to do that anymore. Carcinophobia, the fear of cancer. People with this develop extreme diets. Interesting. Thanatophobia, the fear of death. Yeah, I think. Glossophobia, the fear of public speaking. You hear this a lot. You hear a lot of people that fear. Well, here it's ranked differently, but often, I remember growing up, it was like more people fear public speaking than deaf. I think it has changed now because of social media. People are much more sociable and willing to talk. Not to say it doesn't exist, but yeah. We're not going to go through all these. We'll go to like number 20. Monophobia, the fear of being alone, even while eating or sleeping. Interesting. Atichi, is it Atichi phobia? It's the single greatest barrier to success. It's the fear of failure, which we did actually see in some of those tweets earlier. Ornithophobia, the fear of birds. So, yeah, individuals suffering may only fear certain species. So, like as Dan was saying earlier with pigeons. Electorophobia, the fear of chickens. You may have this phobia if chickens make you panic. Does anyone have here a fear of chickens? That's very specific. Enochlophobia, the fear of crowds. Aphanphosmophobia, the fear of intimacy. Fear of being... Yeah, there's some people that don't like touch or anything like that. I guess it's personal spaces. Trypanophobia, the fear of needles. Yeah, I mean, I used to as a kid not like needles. Now I still look away from them. Anthropophobia, the fear of people. I said we were only going to do 20. We've just sort of gone on. Oh, do you know about this one? The fear of long words. Hippopotamostrosis the fear of long words. Believe it or not, it's real. Yeah. It's the fear of long words. Hippopotamostrosis yeah. Or whatever it is. The fear of long words. I guess because people feel overwhelmed with it and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's a question of... Oh, wait, we got here. Does anyone have misophonia? I get angry when I hear the pouring of liquid on radio and TV. Real life doesn't bother me at all. That's really interesting. I fear public speaking until it's actually time to speak, and then I'm 100% fine. It's the anxiety and the lead up. That's exactly it. It's the lead up. As soon as you get going, it can turn into a buzz. It's that sort of gap. Nothing worse than when you're speaking at an event and you're sitting down and you know that you're going to be called up, and it's that you want to be able to go. You know, it's because you're not in control. But it's about learning that you are in control as soon as you go up there. But it's the thing of like right now, I'm up there once I get summoned. Also, when you're speaking to like, you could speak to 1,000 people in a crowd. In some ways, it's actually more nerve-wracking speaking to 3-5 people because you're aware of everyone. Whereas when it gets to huge numbers, it's just like a wall. It's very surreal. You hate the sound of people eating. Man, yeah. Why did they make that word so long? I know, it does feel like a sick joke, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. Well, the last thing I'll show on this is it's thalassophobia. Here we go. So it's the fear of... Oh, is it? It's just the fear of ocean. I guess an ocean is a large body of water. I always think about it in terms of, you know, you can be in the ocean, but it's like it looks shallow. But here, I love these photos. It's... I mean, look, people always do stuff like this. Like, what's in the water? You know, they have all these, like, representations of it. You know. Yeah, it's like, oh... Here we go. 19 photos to test if you feel the fear of it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So stuff like this. The eyes of alligators. Wow. Yeah, underwater abyss. Things like this. Would you dive down there? Yeah. No. No, thanks. What the waves carry. Wow. Trapped. So much is happening. I don't know even know what to say. Oh wow, is that I thought that was a killer whale, yeah. Oh, absolutely surrounded. Yeah. Yeah. These large bodies of water. Yeah, stuff like this. Nah. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. The Pacific Ocean as seen from space. An underwater cliff. There you go, yeah. Yeah, this is it. This is a classic photo of thalassophobia. This is a fantastic example. It's just like, I love it because you look top half, beautiful, like nice little cute photo of a baby in the water there, and then it's like, yeah, absolute nothingness. Yeah, stuff like that. Paul says, just reply to your tweet with a pic. Let's have a look. Oh, this is my band one. And follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. I think it was you were responding to this one, right, Paul? Let's have a look here. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's cool. See, I would hold a tarantula. Even though I'm scared of spiders, tarantulas are different. On the flip side, I wouldn't hold a Iraqi camel spider, which are technically scorpions, actually. There are some horrific videos of them eating lizards and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, we covered a lot of fear, didn't we? I should have had this background for it. Lots and lots of fear. It was the most delicate creature. I bet they feel nice and soft. Yeah. But it's always about the unknown. Because unknown is like the opposite of control. Being in control is how you combat fear. And some things you're never going to be in control of. And so it's about focusing on what you can control. And that's where it comes down to people's abilities to deal with stress and situations like that. But listen, everyone, we are coming up to the end of the hour. I want to thank everyone for sharing their experiences. This feels like a bit of a short one, but knowing me, it will go on more. But I just wanted to end with a few things. Firstly, we are going to be doing a Friday PSVR without parole. Looking forward to that. Show's been going really, really good. Thank you for all the support there. And then at the weekend, I will be doing a Let's Play. There's a few that I've got in mind, but I'll put a poll up. I think I'm going to play Cities VR because I've been really keen to play it, and it'll be a nice chill game to play where we can just build a city together and talk. It'll be really, really, really nice. So I'll do that. But in the meantime, I will get that Resident Evil video uploaded. A part of me thinks that I upload the Resident Evil video and then take, or at least unlist, so kind of replace it, unlist the live stream. But maybe I keep them both up. I just don't know what I will call this video, but just share it, because a part of me is like, I don't know if having the same content twice is going to do well, but it is a bit different because it's like a super cut, and it just gives me some I love this. Hit the like button. Unless you fear like buttons. Yeah, if you don't fear like buttons, do hit the like button. Really, really, really appreciate it. And yeah. So on that note, I just want to thank you all. I want to say a huge thank you to the mods for always being brilliant. I want to thank all of you who have become members. Really appreciate your support for the channel. I also want to thank the viewers, just everyone here, just hanging out in the chat. And if you're people that don't actually engage in the chat, but just like listen in the background, I love you all very, very much as well. And welcome to any newcomers who perhaps have seen me in other streams but have never come to this Wednesday show, which is, you know, we do talk about gaming from time to time, but it's not predominantly a show for that. But I have a lot of plans for this year. And you know what? I forgot I had something right at the start of the show I wanted to talk about. And I totally missed it. It was the first thing on my list after the intro. And so, yeah, I can talk about it now. And then I'll show you that illustration that I was going to show you as well. So, it's the 1st of March, right? Start of March, which means this month we've actually got 5 Myles Dyer lives. We got 3 more shows, and then we have an Ask Myles Q&A episode, which is always the last Wednesday of the month. And I am always looking for ways for being productive, and I find really great techniques. But even when you have great techniques, sometimes they lose their effectiveness over time, and so you need to like switch it up and do something else. And so something I'm trying this month, and I challenge you all to do the same, actually. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to challenge everyone. If you want to do this, try it with me, okay? So what I did was, and obviously today's the 1st, so you know, maybe include one easy task on this list. But I've got, on my notepad here in front of me, I've got something called 31 March tasks. And what I've done is I have listed 31 tasks that I want to complete this month, which averages at 1 a day. And so one of them is get a haircut, which I might be doing tomorrow morning. Another one is doing the Resident Evil 8 playthrough video, which I've actually edited. I just need to upload it. Another one is sorting out all my photographs on my computer for 2020, because I'm doing them by years. Another one is get some new shoes. Another one is come up with 24 potential guests for the Quest for Empathy podcast, for bringing it back. Another one is test a computer monitor. Down here I've got a new computer monitor, but I'm actually switching the lights around. I have these, I can't show you, I had these 2 lights that have the colour changes on here. Do you know what? I'm not going to get into it now. I'll talk about it post-credits. But the point is, I've got 31 tasks. Some of them are really small and some of them are much bigger. And I'm going to try and see how many I can get through. And the point is, it's not to beat yourself up if you don't do all 31 this month. Because what you'll find is I probably end up doing 20 on this list, but I probably have up 5 or 10 other tasks I've done in the process. The point is, it's nice to have lots of things broken up, because I always get to the end of the day at work and then I have these lists and I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling very productive. We'll just get one thing done a day. Like my tasks this evening, I've done actually quite a few, but one of them is, you know, doing this show. Doing this show is a big task, you know, planning it, doing the thumbnail, scheduling it, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and Quest for Empathy will be something that will be good for bringing back as a video series as well. So yeah, is anyone in the chat up for doing that with me? I mean, I'm doing it anyway, but I'm just curious to know if anyone else out there is up for doing it. So yeah, just get a pen and paper and just brainstorm and come up with 31 tasks to do in March. And I wish you the very best of luck of that. And actually, remind me on the 29th when we do Myles Dyer Live to see how many we've got through. And hopefully we will get there. Finally, before we go to credits and we go and play the word game for anyone watching, I want to show you a graph, because I've often spoken about the challenge that this YouTube channel has had, where I got burnt out about 8 years ago. I took a long break from YouTube. And then since 2018, it's been a steady decline of subscribers because of old accounts. Some people, their tastes have changed, Also, I've changed, so they might not like what I do anymore. And as I started making content, I kept trying every year or so, and I was losing more than I was gaining, and so it felt a defeat. It was a defeating feeling, and so I would sort of step away and swap it up. Whereas this live show, we're on episode 84 now, it's been going on for a year and a half, maybe a bit longer, and I've stuck the course even though my subscribers was going down. I was like, no, I am determined to do this. Well, everyone, this is the trajectory. Look at this. So this is from the beginning of 2018 to the 26th of Feb was when I did this. It's still going up now, and this is the total subscriber count. And so I just wanted to show this and to say a huge thank you to everyone, because, you know, I talk often about how I appreciate the support, and I know that you know I mean that, but showing stuff like this is really important because it's data and it shows you that change is coming. Now, a big part of this has been thanks to the amazing support of Brian Paul, PSVR Without Parole, and the full community. And something I've been mindful of is, as a lot of people from that community have moved across here, you know, it's very easy for me to go, I'll just do PlayStation VR content. The truth is, I am doing PlayStation VR content at weekends. That's a part of my life. I enjoy doing it. But this show is very important to me as well. It's about just hanging out and talking about things. And, you know, it's about sticking by, you know, what I want to be doing, which is having conversations every week like this. So I am going to be doing that. And, lots of people saying proud subscriber. Thank you very much, Callie. Appreciate it. Lester says, I'm glad he helped me find you. I'm very glad as well. It's all about the game streams. It has definitely helped. It has definitely helped. But I do think that when I start having guests on the show, that is going to help as well. And my plan when I entered this year was I want to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I genuinely was like, I don't know if it's possible. Because if you look since 2022, look how flat that line is. I'm like pointing down there. Like here, look how flat it is. That is where I'm making all this content, and I kept gaining hundreds of subscribers, but I was losing hundreds and a bit more, and so it's kind of fighting, but it has been flattening out. And as soon as it was going to get to a positive, it was then going to start shooting up, also with an event like PSVR 2. And so I just wanted to show this to people that sometimes it takes a while, and it could have been easy for me to start a new YouTube channel. But I was determined to stick with this because this channel represents the journey that I've been on over so many years. And so I just wanted to end with a huge thank you to everyone that has supported me. And that doesn't necessarily mean being a member, doesn't necessarily mean speaking in the chat. But if you're someone that just tunes in, hangs out, talks about it, maybe mentions this to a friend, gets involved in conversations, it all means a lot. And so this is going to be a really, really great year. And I've got lots of plans, but it's about not being overwhelmed by all those plans. It's about chipping away at them a little bit at a time. And hopefully what you've seen with the Resident Evil stream at the weekend and the great conversation with Leon from Better Than Life Immersive Studios about Kayak VR, the interview we did then, we've got some good stuff going here. And it's all possible because you show up and you're willing to spend this little bit of time with me, at the very least, every Wednesday. And so I want to thank you all for that. Okay, everyone, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you have subscribed if you hadn't already from seeing that graph. Help join the movement. And hit the like button before you leave. But also to let you know that although we're going to credits, if you stick around till afterwards, we're going to play a very special game. So on that note, let me know your final thoughts. I will be putting up on the screen as we go towards the end of Myles Dyer Live for March the 1st, 2023. Love, respect, empathy, and adios. Till next time. Have a great week, everyone.
on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness fading, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness fading, painting goodbye big sky. I'm far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness fading, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
Hey everyone. So we discussed in the past about I started clipping the episode, so we got rid of the intro countdown, and then we could cut off the end with the word game, just so they felt a bit shorter. And you were like, but then we lose the live chat, and that's a shame. And so I have reverted back to just leaving it as it is now. So I will be doing that. So I just wanted to explain that. I know a lot of people had to shoot off, but the show must go on. We must do the word game. So if anyone is new to this, well, we will see how we get on. And I do want to start looking at alternate games to be ending the show on. So we'll have to wait and see. So let me just fire this up. Man, I'm so ready for bed. I've got to be in London tomorrow. I'm actually sort of managing the chat for an all-day webinar. Actually, do you know what? I could promote it now if any of you want to sign up for it. It's a virtual one, and actually there's a networking event in the evening that I'm going to be hosting. So yeah, let's promote this now quickly. This is it. Oh, man. Where cybersecurity research becomes practice. And Impact spotlights the latest academic research on the human aspect of cybersecurity. Join CyberSafe and industry leaders as we discuss implications and implementation. And so you can either turn up at the event, although I think it's all sold out there, but it's also free for tuning in online from 2 p.m. till 8 p.m. And we've got lots and lots of great speakers. And there's a networking event in the evening, and I'm actually going to be hosting the live show for that. So it's always kind of funny because it's always a different vibe to everything else that I do. So with that said, if any of you are interested, I'll just put it in the chat. But that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Let me sort this out. There are 25 of us right now. That's still a good number. That's the thing, is like 25 It's a bit of a dip from those that are watching, but that's actually more than what we used to get, like in a show at all, watching. So it's interesting perspective-wise. So here we go, everyone. Here is the word game. If you've never played it before, don't worry. Just type in the chat what words you can make up with the letters on screen, and we will help you with all the rest, because there are a lot of things happening there. But yeah, we'll just go through it. So, music. And let's go. Oh, you beat me to teal, Karina. Only 5 more words to get. 4 words. There's still a 6 letter. We've got altar, haven't we? You just got altar there. Is it Tila? And then there's a 4-letter word beginning with E or A. Wow. Anyway, 3 stars. That's still really good, everyone. So we skip. Here we go. Hope no one's got the fear of long words, because we need them. God, we are cleaning this up. Right, 4-letter beginning with A, E, or G. Is it arch? No. With E on the end. Wow, this is difficult. There's a 4-letter beginning with A, 4-letter beginning with C or E, 4-letter beginning with... Oh, you got that one. Oh, Cager. Right, one last one. A 4-letter word beginning with C or A. Sorry, or E. Three stars, everyone. Still really, really good. Well done, well done, well done. Right, there is a fake letter this time. So one of these letters we're not supposed to use. I'm going to guess it's Q because there's no U. But whoever gets the longest word, the 6th letter, will be able to work out what is missing. Shard. Radish. Yep, Q is the fake. You know, while you play this, I'm going to show you the light that is broken. Well done, everyone. No, Knew I could count on you. Knew I could count on you. Well, I was just grabbing this. I had to actually unplug it from my desk. So I have these 2 studio lights either side of me, but then I had these 2 that I used to use, and the wind tore it. Oh no. But what I've realised is the reasons I kept these on the desk is because these have smart bulbs in them, Philips Hue ones, which means I can control them with this button. Oh yeah, I've unplugged this one. I'm an idiot. But I've got another one that's just there. But Philips Hue allows me to buy these smart plugs, which means my big studio lights, I can now have them synced up. So even though I have to keep turning them on and off, I can now actually turn them through this, which is going to solve a lot of issues. So it means I can make some space on my desk and make room for... I'm blocking the view. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I'm still over here, aren't I? I'm really, really sorry. Let me put myself up here. I am so sorry, Karina. How rude of me. How rude of me. How rude of me. How rude of me. This has made so much room on my desk, and so I'm gonna be getting some space, and then I'll be able to have a second screen, which is going to make producing the show so much easier. I have the second screen back there. I just need to work out how to mount it to this desk. So we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's continue. Oh my goodness. Enough with the penguin stuff. It was an accident. Yeah, I thought they were like the lamp. I was like blocking the view on with the lamp. Okay. Is H the fake one? Yeah, hovers. Yeah, hovers. I think H is the fake letter. Covers, of course. Yeah, have a look at those words that could have an S added at the end. So cause, coves, yeah. We're doing very well today, considering a lot of people had to step out. So we got a 4-letter beginning with C or an E, a 4-letter beginning with an O or an R. I think it's going to begin with an O. Done very well though. Oh, score! In the nick of time. Push it on. Here we go. Wow. Lots of eyes. I wonder if I is going to be one of the fake ones. Limiting. Well done. Hannah, that was excellent. What a word. Limiting. So it turns out all the I's are real, which means the fake letter is G. No, it's not. C. C is the fake letter. Yeah. I'm just adding IMG to stuff. Well done, everyone. I'm just going to tweet this. I love it. Unlucky. I literally just tweeted about this as we lost. Unlucky. But look, huge thank you to everyone. Look at this. No matter what you got, it helps us out. And well done to Capt F Castle, Karina, and Hannah Fletcher. Hannah Fletcher had that super long word. She has no fear of long words. Well done, everyone. That is it for another week of Myles Dyer Live. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to take care of yourselves, and I will see you on Friday's show. So with all that said, we've already had the ending. We're just going to end it there. Have a good one. Bye-bye.